try to go out and do the right thing and do it right all the time and every time. So that's my goal, every day.
Leonard, do you ever go into a camp and have personal goals for yourself that you want to make sure that you hit after the camp's over?
I don't know about personal goals, but I mean, there's things I like to work on. I think about, my time away from the facilities, or between the off season or OTAs up until camp. There's things I try to work on, and just make sure I want to be consistent. I mean, I think of things that if I struggled with something last year, then that's something that I want to recognize and get better at.
When you talk about it, you've gone to 3 consecutive Pro Bowls, and there's another guy that has joined you there a couple times, and that being your gunslinger, Tony Romo. Talk about how he's transitioned from being a guy who was questioned as a leader to now, even from this week, we've been in training camp, it looks like Tony Romo is the leader of this football team.
As far as Tony goes, he was a young guy, and he's maturing, and definitely you can tell that. I can see it out there on the field, and just not only on the field but off the field also. And so when you got guys like him, maturing, I mean, when you're a quarterback of a team, I mean, you're expected. There's expectations that are going to be put on you, and you got to live up to them. But it's not the expectations of people outside the locker room. It's from the people within, and you live up to those expectations, and you go out and play and compete, and nobody can really say anything.
With you and Andre Gerard both being perennial Pro Bowlers at this point now, you have to say, how much does it help going against Jay Ratliff every day on the other side of the ball?
Going against Jay Ratliff, I mean, he's probably the best nose in the league, and or at least in my opinion. I mean, he's got the combination of size, strength, quickness, and power, and speed, all of that, and it's rare that you see a guy that that's got that, and when he's playing like he plays, and especially being tenacious, for what he's known for being, then it makes our job in the games a lot easier.
Leonard, last year, even with especially with the names that you saw across that front line on the offensive line, and the salaries that were with that group also, there were a lot of high expectations for you guys, and I know that you put that on yourselves too going in. Some people felt like there were some underachieving going on. Did you feel that way at all? And then about this season, are there some things that you want to maybe take from that season and move into this season as far as working on?
No, I don't really feel like we underachieved. There's things that happen, and everything that goes south. I mean, obviously everybody wants to point a finger, and usually it's the offensive line, but that's part of being on any football team. So as far as us, I mean, our goals is to go out and play and be dominant, and wear people down, and to where when we finish a game running the ball and moving the ball down the field, and being efficient with it.
Okay. Leonard, you experienced the deepest you've gone in the playoffs in your career last year, if I'm not mistaken. How did the Dallas Cowboys manage the expectations this year of wanting to become the first team to host the Super Bowl, play in the Super Bowl, and eventually win the Super Bowl? It's hard to talk about it in training camp, but at the same time, you have to manage those goals, and there's no doubt about it. When you look at it on paper, the Dallas Cowboys are as talented as anybody in the league.
Well, when as far as managing that, we as a group, we really don't think about the Super Bowl. I mean, every year we want to go to the Super Bowl, no matter where it's at, and it just so happened to be that this year it's in our hometown, and so there's a lot of hype about that, but for us, it's something that we really can't worry about. The biggest game that we're getting ready for is the Washington Redskins, and that's really our goal right now is to meet all these I guess you'd call them short-term goals, and then when the season's over, at the end of the season, then you see where you stand.
I have to ask you, because now I've been asked this multiple times by our producer, Jacob Dedamore. Is Free Reign still together?
Right now, Corey Proctor, he's out in Miami right now, and obviously, we can't do anything during the season, and we didn't do anything last year during the season, so everything was afterwards. I mean, it's it's something fun to do, and we have fun doing it, and as far as right now, from right now till after the last game is played, we won't be playing anything together.
That makes sense.
And one of the other hobbies that you like, or things that you like to do, I've only heard. Now, for those of you who are brave enough to try to break into Leonard Davis' house, good luck, because I know he's also a very sharpshooter, and he's a big man. But you like dogs, man. To my understanding, tell us you got about 6 or 7 dogs, don't you, big man?
Yeah, I got 7 dogs.
So what do you have?
I got an English Mastiff, 2 Neapolitan Masters, a Rottweiler, and 3 miniature Schnauzers.
3 minutes.
Now,
get in the house.
House dogs?
No, they're all outside.
No way.
They sleep inside, but as far as during the day, they're outside.
Very interesting. Leonard Davis, lifetime home with our guest, and indeed.
You're welcome.